Okay, tips and tricks. I'm going to do this again because I missed some stuff. So here we go. I'm going to start real super simple with schematics because a lot of people have questions about how do I make schematics? How do I use them? Not a problem. I'm going to walk you through it real easy. So in the lower bar on the very right outside of the main bar, you have a pencil, ruler, X. If you click that, this will list all of the schematics that you have made. And you can delete them. I'm going to delete this one right here, coding start. Okay. And let's say you have a process that you're really, really happy with and you want to duplicate it, or you just want to have it. So when you go through the portal to restart with some bonuses, that you don't want to redo everything from scratch. You can make schematics. How you do that, your first tip is hold shift, and in the lower bottom, that's gonna, if once by default you're using the cursor, but if I hold shift, I'm now in the selection tool. You can also just click selection if you want to, and you're gonna click and drag to select all of the things that you want. Now, this is my program downloader. This is just an example. And so it's already built. It's running fine. Everything is connected. It's doing what I want it to do. And so I'm going to click and select all of these components. And at the bottom, I'm going to hit the save, the floppy disk, because I want to save that schematic as something. You can select the icon, give it a name, test, or do program example. Now, you'll notice that it's a limited space. You only got like 10, 15 characters in there. I haven't counted. So you're going to have to get real creative with what you want to save that as, the name. I'm going to just do programming example, and then you save it. Okay. Now we've saved it. If I go into schematics, I'm going to find that probably at the bottom. There's my program example. I'm going to hit the plus button. Bang. Stamps it down. Now you'll notice that it doesn't always connect everything. So you're going to have to go back through and verify that it's all connected up the way you want. Oh, it's such a waste of time. Well, sometimes it does. Games don't work right. Sometimes there's bugs, and it's fine. I would rather stamp this down, verify my connections, and you're still going to have to connect it to the AI trainer, into your clock speeder, your downloads, your upload. You're still going to have to do some connections anyway, but that's a heck of a lot easier and faster than if I were to go back and start from scratch and put down a program loader, put down a desynchronizer, put down a distiller, put down my trainer, and each one at a time, and then still making the connections. It's still a lot faster, right? But that's how you use your schematics. You can delete the ones you don't want to keep around. Say I've made changes, I want to replace it, come in here, delete it, and then select highlight, save it. Now, while we're here talking about that, it's really beneficial to take a look at your surroundings, right? What is this? We've selected it. I can delete it. I can save it. I can pause it. Let's say you have something that you're dealing with. It's giving you a bunch of junk. Let's just pause it. Pause everything. Or we can start it again. Or let's say, hey, the real culprit, let's stop downloading. Pause that. Now it's not going to download anything and send it into the distillator and down through the line, right? So you can pause individual parts. You can group things. Let's say I want everything in here. Select it all. Pause it. Now it's all off. There's reasons why you might want to do that. I don't know what they are. Knock yourself out. Let's say on my text downloader or my network. Let's say I just want to pause the network. Boink. Now we still have some processes going because we have a queue of messages. And that's fine, but we're also not uploading anything. So maybe that's not fine. Go select it, hit play, take your downloader and pause it. Now we're not downloading anything, and that's going to let us work through all this backed up messages, right? And do things we want to do with things. So you can pause things and start them. The other thing is you can copy and paste. I've kind of went through that real quick. So let's say I have all of this. We're going to highlight. So let's say I need an extra enhancer. I'm going to click it so that it's highlighted in orange. I'm going to hit Control C to copy it. I'm going to hit Control V to paste, and bang, I've just duplicated that. Let's say I need all three of these. I'm going to click and drag, Control C to copy them. Didn't work. Sometimes I need to replace my switches. There we go. Now I've just did all three. So it makes it real easy to duplicate things with Control C, Control V, copy paste. You can also hit D, the delete key on your keyboard to delete that stuff. Another thing you can do that's kind of fun is we have a hot mess with all of this stuff going on. Let's go over to my coding. Oops. There's no undo, by the way. I wish there was. We got kind of a hot mess going on over here with my coding. Where is this? You can hover over a connection to highlight it to see where it's going, but I want a clearer view of where that's going. Or maybe I want to move this line. In the lower left, you have your cursor, move, selection tool, but you also have this other thing, which is your connection editor. And you'll notice that now all my connections have little dots on them. So with this on, I can click this and drag this line out wherever I want to go. And maybe I want it there so that I can see that this optimization code is good and it's going over to here. Right? Nice. I can highlight this one and see that I'm going to select, click and drag it over. Maybe I want a better, more visible line so that this is all going into here and I can see it better. So you can click and drag these lines around to wherever you want to your heart's content. Once you're done, turn it off. But you'll notice that anything that I've modified still has this circle on it. The other ones don't. I can't click and drag those around, but I can still click and drag these around if I wanted to. So that's a fun little tip for you. Some people like to see everything nice and pretty. I get it. I'm that way too. In fact, let's turn it on and drop this down a couple so that we have our green line coming all the way through. Because it's real easy to see where is this one coming from. Well, let's just move these down or up, however you want. Right, so that blue line is all the way through. You can fiddle around with this stuff and play around with it, do all you want with the connection editor. So that's another tip. Let's take a look. Tips and tricks. We talked about schematics. The shift key, when held, will help you. When held, will let you select multiple things. It just switches to your selector tool. We talked about that. Copy paste, the delete key. You can delete nodes. So you just where's a good one? Let's copy something. Let's just throw something out here. A network limiter, right? So I've got a network limiter out. I can select it by hitting the title bar, and it's got that orange area around it. I can hit delete. There you go. It's deleted. We can also create node groups. That's a fun thing to do. Kind of put it back here. A node group, you have to look at it. You have to grab it by the title bar. See how it's got a darker bar up the top? You have to click it and drag it that way. And if you click into it, it's now highlighted with some options. We can save that. It doesn't work. Don't do it that way. It doesn't work. But we can change the color to something else. Let's say we want this dark red. Click into it. We can also resize it to encompass this whole area. And now we can test that. Now everything in that node group is one thing, and I just have to click the title bar to move that whole grouping. So that can be really handy if you're trying to just move stuff around instead of shift clicking. You can just assign it a thing. Now you can't change the name of that schematic. Saving this does not actually save the whole thing. I don't know why it's like that. It doesn't work. It's a bug. You have to select everything that you want to be a part of that schematic and then save it as a schematic. It just doesn't work right now. But you can change the color by hit that title bar, change the color. You can also delete that. Now that we've got that selected, it doesn't delete everything within that group. It just deletes that node group. Somebody had a question about that in one of my comments. Play pause. We talked about play pause, deleting nodes versus node groups. Server storage still feels buggy, but I don't want to get into that right now. That's not really a tip or trick. It's more of a bug, in my opinion. So if you have servers set up, I don't have them unlocked yet. Can I unlock them? Premiums, heat sinks, servers. I need a bunch more cash. I need a bunch more cash, but there's some tips or tricks. Hopefully that helps. I might make another one. Maybe not, but there you go. Hope that helps.